Hey, it's Semo here, and welcome back to Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Legends. When we last left off, I read all of the diary readings, and now, we are going to read some of the discovery entries. But before we do, I just want to quickly go somewhere. Because in the last episode we fought this enemy, but unfortunately I failed. So anyway, there it is. Now before I go on, do I have the black map for Vice? Yes, I've given it to him. Good. Now, before I go for that enemy there, the Elsian, I'm going to be reading some more discovery information. And I'm going to read from here to, let's see, there, to where it says the ancient fish. So, yeah, let's do these, and then I'm going to do pages 1 through 4 first, and then I'm going to fight, well, no, actually, no, I'm going to do pages 1 through 3, so, let's see, on page 3, the last one is the Southern Cross, okay. So I'll do pages 1 through 3, and then I'll fight Elsian, then I'll do the other ones. So, Pirate's Grave. It appears that someone has scribbled onto the stone, "Here lies an unknown blue rogue. The actual name has been worn away by the wind, but the first letter D can still be made out. Nobody remembers who rests here." Guidestones. To the north, the Imperial City, Villa. Caution, low visibility. To the east, the City of Sand, Nasrad. Caution, strong currents. To the west, Sailor's Island. Caution, too much loqua. Sky coral. Microorganisms called sky coral attached themselves to moonstone boulders and grew to form these reefs. They flourish only in very specific conditions and can take 200 years to grow. Their various colours and shapes have long been valued for their beauty. Silver Moon Pit. Only small islands such as Pirate Isle and Shrine Isle lie in the area where silver moonstones fall, so deposits this large are very hard to come across. Legends say that silver moonstones hold the powers of life, but the truth remains unknown. Topple Rock. A natural formation of 3 round rocks, stacked on top of each other and perfectly balanced. The balance seems delicate, especially when the rocks sway in the wind, but for some reason they have never toppled. Wandering Lake. The truth behind the story of the disappearing lake is even stranger. Temperature differences make a large bowl of rock float above the desert sands, holding a lake of clear water. Once the water cools off, it settles downward again. Oasis. As shipbuilding developed and flight distances grew, the oasis in the middle of the desert lost some of its importance to travellers, but it is still critical to caravans on land routes and remains lively as a centre of trade and information. Sandfalls. Long ago, a young black pirate searched the desert for the isle that spouts treasure. After a long trek, he was shocked to find that it produced only sand. But he realized that the desert was the true treasure, and spent the rest of his years in Nassa. Temple of Pirid. A stone building thought to have been created by an ancient dynasty. The stonework and construction demonstrate a high level of technology for that period, but no clues are left that point to the purpose behind these huge creations. Beak Rock. A natural rock formation sculpted by the constant wind currents of South Ocean. Many say this story tells of a giant bird flying south or being attacked by a monstrous beak, but these are likely based on the sightings of this rock. Sky Anemone. A bizarre creature that lives its entire life attached to a rock, stretching its tentacles out and waiting for prey to float by. It releases a sweet fragrance to attract fish, but larger ones have been known to endanger small ships. Ixataka. Most people on this world do not even know that a continent exists across the South Ocean. The discovery of this lush, rich continent with a long history has demonstrated the possibility that even more unknown, undiscovered lands may await. Garpa fruits, a vine plant that hangs from the bottom of the continent. Its stem contains a powerful hallucinogen, and it has been used for medicinal and religious purposes throughout the ages. It is also commonly used in local delicacies. The Great Bird. The wings and tail of the Great Bird are said to indicate the equinoxes of the ancient Ixtacan Verdilunar calendar. Figures of other animals once dotted the plain, but they have been swallowed by the expanding forest, leaving only the bird. Golden Man. A golden statue that stands quietly, as if pointing something out. It is thought to have been placed here to protect the sacred land. Male statues are often found in temples and other buildings, while female statues are found near holy lakes and trees. Now, where am I? Let's see. Okay, I'm still on page 1. Okay. Right. Gates of Rixis. A huge stone face that stands quietly, buried deep in the forests of Ixtaca. The stones have been fitted so tightly together that not even an insect could crawl between them. It is a remnant of an ancient civilization. Ixtacan Palace. This stone palace was once the site of ceremonies based on the ancient lunar calendar, built during the reign of the Moon Kings. This place flourished as a center of Ixtacan civilization for ages, but was destroyed several years ago by the Valuans. Ixines Village. A tribe of women that lives on a small island in Ixtaca. They are skilled and fearsome warriors. They raid nearby villages twice a year to kidnap men. The numbers of men in nearby tribes have been almost reduced to nothing. Mysterious rings. Huge geometric shapes that mysteriously appear on the ground overnight. Reports have been very frequent lately. Old records speak of a similar phenomenon and mention 2 or 3 glowing balls of light that appear the night before the shapes are found. Will-o-wisps. I woke up in the middle of the night and saw something glowing out near some unpopulated islands. I thought I was just seeing things at first, but then the lights started moving around in these weird patterns. An anonymous sailor. Rock's Nest. The nest of the legendary bird, the rock. A single rock egg is large enough to feed a whole town for a full lunar cycle. However, not many people are brave or stupid enough to try and steal an egg from the nest of this giant bird. The Giant Throne. An enormous rock formation that looks like a rocking chair. The claw marks on its surface have given rise to many stories. Some speak of a giant green creature that once perched here, or of a hairy beast that was lulled to sleep by the rocking motion. Lighthouse Ruins. Originally an ancient ruin, it was converted into a lighthouse to guide value and ships returning from the north. But as the centre of value and culture shifted to the south, the once great lighthouse faded from people's memories. Ancient Palace. A beautiful old castle that stands near a lake in central Valua. Local legends of evil wizards and mysterious disappearances were revived when various potions and torture devices were discovered in the dungeons beneath the castle. Skull Rock. I never believed that old story about the skull pointing the way to hidden treasure. But one night we was passing by it, and the moonlight from the full moon reflected off Skull Rock and lit up an island in the distance. An anonymous sailor. Stone City. The ruins of a settlement built into a solid rock wall, with countless passageways connecting the dwellings. The homes appear to have been abandoned hastily, but no evidence has been found that explains exactly why this happened. Ship Graveyard. This north-annual route was once feared as the home of a monster that ate ships, but in reality it is an area where currents are so strong that the previous generation of ships lacked the power and hull strength to make it through. Philosophy Stone. Though my body may age and the sun may set, the soul of a sailor still burns inside me. As long as I can dream, I shall travel the skies, and as long as there are skies, I shall travel. My journey shall continue. A Sailor's Philosophy by Anonymous. Balloon flower. A curious plant whose colourful fruit sways in the wind like a balloon. When the thin outer shell is popped, a sweet fragrance is released. It was often seen throughout the world in more peaceful times, but of late the fruits are seldom seen. The lands of ice. A frozen continent sleeping quietly under the light of the purple moon. Ancient legends and myths speak of it as a land of the dead, but its true nature remained unknown until its discovery by Vice, the Blue Rogue. What am I on now? Page 2 still? Yeah. Icebird. A strange bird that lives on islands of ice. Its small wings are not suited for flight, so it feeds by jumping for fish that float nearby. They are model parents. Males and females take turns caring for an egg, never leaving it until it hatches. The Frozen Giant. A giant furry animal, perfectly preserved in ice for more than 20,000 years. It is unknown how the creature came to be frozen here. Perhaps it fell into a crack in a glacier while chasing its prey, or was instantly frozen in some catastrophe. Aurora. A spectacle of light that has graced the skies of the lands of ice since ancient times. Auroras are thought to be caused by the gravity of the moons, and once every few thousand years, a convergence of the moons creates auroras worldwide. Blimp wreck. Before the advent of ships, blimps ruled the skies as the means of exploration. Here lie the ruins of one man's dreams. He tried time and time again to repair his blimp and cross the dark rift, but was defeated by the fierce winds. Giant squid nest. We thought it was just a big rock, but when we threw the anchor, this huge eyeball opened up and these red legs came out of nowhere. We just ran for it and barely made it out with our ship in one piece. An anonymous sailor. Black Moonstone. This rare black moonstone holds tremendous power. It can turn positive energy to negative and vice versa, but a practical application for this ability has not been found. There are rumours of a lost black moon, but the truth remains unknown. Yafutoma. Ancient legends speak of Yafutoma as a mythical land to the east, covered in gold and populated by a proud, polite people. Cut off from the world by dangerous currents, it has developed a distinctive culture, first discovered by Vice, the Blue Rogue. Ugrisu's nest. Although this bird builds its nest in rock faces, for some reason they always travel northwards to human civilizations to raise their young. That is why sailors have learned to recognize these nests as signs that a human city is nearby. Guardian Walls. A massive fortress built by an ancient Yafutoman king. Rather than as a form of defense, the walls were said to have been built so that lookouts could spot enemy ships before they got too close to the city they were trying to defend. Wonderbirds. The Wonderbirds are large migratory birds from the far north, revered since ancient times as symbols of long life. Their cry is rarely ever heard, but the clarity and beauty of their song is said to put all of the birds to shame. Deers. Once upon a time there was a gentle creature called the deers that lived in the forest. The villagers believed that getting kicked by the deers would make them rich, so they chased him around until he ran away. Yeah, for a fairy tale now. How far am I? Okay, I'm getting there. Oh! Yeah, Grieving Prince. A statue of an ancient prince who lost his wife in a sailing accident and spent his life gazing up at the skies. On a full moon, it is said that a single tear falls from the prince's eyes as he watches the ships pass. Spice Island. A small remote island where a pure spring nurtures a wide variety of herbs and spices. The water in the spring has medicinal value due to the abundant herbs nearby. Perhaps this beautiful garden is the true fountain of youth. Mystic Orchard. Once upon a time there was a faraway island where jeweled fruit grew on the trees. A young man took one of the fruits to cure his sick mother, but in return had to come back to the island to become one of the magical trees. A Yaffle fairy tale. Inverse Isle. A strange island where the trees and everything else are upside down. The current theory is that this confusing phenomenon may be caused by a flux in the gravitational pull caused by the presence of blunt moonstones at the centre of the dark rift. World is round. Until now, no one knew what lay beyond the end of the world, and it was commonly thought to be a long, turbulent drop into nothingness. But after the Blue Rogue Vice returned from his voyage around the world, it became known that the world was round. Ruins of Ralana. The ruins of a city that served as a centre of trade between Nasa and the East. The ruins show a remarkable blending of the cultures of the East and the West, driven not by the ruling class, but by a strong merchant class. Southern Cross, a mysterious cross-shaped island. The building that sits atop it is said to be a remnant of the Purple civilization. Legends say that the long arm of the cross points towards the location of that civilization, but no one has ever confirmed it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, now that I've read all of those 3 pages, is, now that I've got the Black Map and Vice, we're going to fight Elsian again. For real this time. And I will kill it, because the Black Map, it has a 99.99% chance of keeping enemies in battle. So, I'm going to have Vice, Focus, Acre, Delta Shield, Fina, Focus, and Enrique, Justice Shield. And I'm going to keep doing it this way until I've got enough for, what was that move? Prophecy. Because that's really the best way I can think of to defeat Elsian. Vice is weakened, but there you go. Didn't quite work out how I wanted it to, but... Right, so what I'll do is... I'll forgo attacking this round, and I will have Vice... Curia himself... Acre... She can Delta Shield... Fina, she can... use a Sacrum Crystal on Vice. Let's see. Let's see. Sacrus on Vice there. Enrique, he can use his just a shield there. And that should be good. Yeah, because they, as I said in the last episode, they start at the start of every round, so well, there you go.
Let's try this.
I suppose I could have had Gilda for his ability, but there you go. Okay, that's fine. Right, now Vice can focus. Acre can use Delta Shield. Fina, she can focus. And then Enrique, he can use, yeah, Justice Shield there. Hopefully Vice and Fina can focus before Elsian attacks me again. Oh, well, we can do that. But nothing's going to happen, so that's fine. Alright, good. So now, yeah, Vice, he can focus again. Fina, no. Acre can Delta Shield. Fina can focus. And then Enrique can just use Justice Shield there. I'm probably not going to get a full round, a full SP one in the next round, but, well, there you go. Ow! No, I'm definitely not, but, well, there you go. Because Fina's been weakened, so I'm going to have to forgo that, but it's fine. So let's see. Vice can use Curie Crystal on Fina there. Yeah, Acre, Delta Shield. Fina, she can use a Sacred Crystal on herself. Then Enrique, yeah, just a shield. This is going to take a little while, but there you go. As long as I was going to use something like Pyre, then haha. Or it could do that. Why not? Yeah, see? Because I've got the black map on, Elsian can't run. So there you go.
Let's try this.
Alright. Yeah, that's pretty good. Almost. So Vice Focus, Acre, Delta Shield, Fina Focus, and then Enrique just a shield. I'm hoping this round will suffice to get me a round to use Prophecy. Should do. Okay, good. I can use it. So why not? Oh, the power
of the ancients.
To battle our foe.
That's a lot of damage. Now, I would have used Enrique Gilda for this, but to be honest, I prefer Enrique just because of his Justice Shield ability. So let's see, Fina. I'm gonna have her use a Saccharin Crystal on herself. And then Enrique, he can use Justice Shield, and that should be fine. I will have Elsian defeated in the next few rounds. Oh, I forgot to press start there, but well, there you go. Sacrus. I didn't even know Elsian had that. I've never actually seen the Elsian use that either, so that's a new one for me. There you go, Fina's healed up. Luckily, Sacrus only heals about 1,000, so yeah, Vice can focus, and then I'll just do the same thing that I have been doing. I'm just wondering what the Elsian's going to do next. I probably could use a Glyph of Speed, but I don't think I really need it. Another Sacrus. I figured it probably would. All it means is that the fight's just going to be a little bit longer. And what I will do is, if this fight takes too long, then I will. I'll leave the Discovery Entrance until the next episode. If this gets above, say, 30 minutes, which I don't think it will, but if it gets above 30 minutes, then I'll leave Discoveries until the rest of the Discovery information until the next episode. Ah, crap. Well, that's fine. How much are we getting? 42. Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, Vice can use a Curia Crystal on Acre. Acre can use Delta Shield. Fina can use a Cyclone Crystal on Acre there. And Enrique... yeah, just a Shield. I don't need to use Glyphs of Speed. They're not really important. Ha! You tried to run and it didn't work.
Here goes.
Alright, that should be fine. Yes, good. I should have Elsine's fit in the next few turns at least. I honestly didn't know that it had Cyclus. I've never seen Elsine use it. Well, there you go, this is the first time for everything. So let's see. Yeah, Fina can focus there. Enrique, just a shield. And hopefully next round I should be able to use Prophecy again. Haha. Provided I can get... yeah. Okay. I'll have it defeated next round. Alright, good. And unfortunately we can't skip Prophecy, but there you go. That's fine. You know, the Prophecy looks like a lot like the Yellow Moon. So it's not from being quite drunk Prophecy. I just love the spell. Really? It's got a little bit of health. All right. Okay, let's see. We just got to be. I don't think anyone can attack it now. I guess I could try, but I don't... no, you know what? I'll just do the same thing as last time then. But wow, one little bit of health left. What are the odds, eh? Oh well. It's fine. It couldn't run, that's good. Looks like this might go above 30 minutes, but if it does, then that's fine. Actually, you know what? I will read the rest of the discovery information today. Why not? We'll go for a long episode. Because in the next episodes, after this one, we have quite a few battles to take care of. Right, now what's Elsian going to do? Run. Fair enough. I'm not complaining. Alright. 41, so I don't want to do that. You know what? Let's see. Yeah, let's... no, actually, no, I'm not going to try Pirate's Wrath. Acre. Nah. Actually, no, I'm not. I was going to have Acre use one of the powerful moves, but no, I don't need to do that. I'll just continue doing what I was doing. And I managed to cancel Justice Shield that time, so there you go. But yes, next episode we got quite a bit of action. Haha, didn't work. Right, how much we getting? 55, so I'll have it in the next round, so that's good. So, Delta Shield, Focus, Justice Shield, and there you go. I do like the fact that Justice Shield and Delta Shield and Aura of Denial Actually, I like the fact that all of those activate at the start of every round. But yeah, we've got the Elsian now. Alright. And that'll be quite enough for this. I'll be quite for this.
We call forth the power of the ancients.
To battle our foe.
And there we go, the Elsian is down. Finally.
We did it.
There we go, we got 7,500. I will be using the Elsian for leveling as well, off screen, possibly. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, whether you defeat the Elsian or not, you get 20 magic points as well, magic experience there, so keep that in mind. Alright, now that the Elsian's defeated, let's go and read the rest of this discovery information. Where were we? I was on page 3 last time, so we've got page 4 all the way through to page 6. Which, number 6 is the last one, and it is... okay. Alright. Rainbow Island. What lies at the end of the rainbow? It's a question everyone asks when they're young, but as they grow older, it is often forgotten. Perhaps only the few who remember can find the legendary island at the end of the rainbow. Moonstone Lake. A truly rare sight. A waterfall that runs through a vein of moonstone. The water plunges from above to carry away bits of moonstone, and it is said to have mystic attributes. It is believed that those who drink the water enjoy a long life. Iron Star. A strange object said to be launched by the ancient civilization of the Red Moon. Its purpose has been long forgotten, but legends say that its eye could see the entire world. Even now, sailors navigate by its rhythmic, flashing light. Alupus. An ancient species that predates the Ixtacan civilization. The Alupus live quietly in the forest. Their calm, proud demeanor has earned them the name Sages of the Forest. They are also known for choosing their mates for life. Observatory. A civilization once flourished in this land, under the Green Moon. The observatory built on the Ixtacan plateau speaks to their advanced study of astronomy. But they could do naught but watch as a shower of moonstones destroyed their culture. Dancing lights. A natural phenomenon that can be seen under the Valuan continent. It is said to be caused by electricity from the yellow moonstones in the Valuan soil. Some say that it is caused by a giant creature that lies deep inside the ground. The Mother Tree. This tree is revered by the Afrotomans. In one of their ancient scriptures it says that he who climbs to the top of this tree will someday conquer the world. The tree is now 2,000 years old, and to this day no one has ever made it to the top. We did! The Ghost Ship. An unnamed shipwreck that continues to wander the skies. Many sailors tell of a ghost ship that appeared suddenly from the fog. Some claim that it was once the ship of the great air pirate Dakat, but no evidence has been found to support it. Flutterflies. A butterfly that travels in groups in search of balloon flower nectar. Their remarkable endurance allows them to cross vast spans without sleeping or resting. Also, the silk produced by their larvae is valued for its strength and resilience. Eclipse Point. The only place in the world where a lunar eclipse can be observed at predictable intervals. Eclipses where a golden ring can be seen around the moon are seen as good omens, and complete eclipses are said to portend an impending disaster. Lupus Nest. Lupus are mysterious creatures, rarely seen by even the most seasoned of sailors. They nest in the stone reefs, and their young stay in the nests until they mature. Lupus are white at birth, but turn various colours as they age. Flying Machine. an odd-looking ship whose origins remain a complete mystery. The fluid design and strange metals used in its hull have led to theories of a ship built on another world, and some even go so far as to say that it travelled through areas without air. Valuan wreckage. 20 years ago, a flagship of the Armada disappeared above northern Nazrad, near the end of the Valuan-Nasa War. Some theories mention a murder attempt on the commander of the Armada, but the mysterious disappearance has never been fully explained. Rabats. A strange creature that spends its entire life hanging upside down by digging its claws into the rock face. Until it was discovered underneath the Valuan continent, it was thought to be a myth. Its intelligence and ferocity belie its cute appearance. Bottomless pit. A chimney-like rocky mountain with a hollow centre, rising up from the great cloud sea. From the depths of the pit, it is said that a woman's weeping could be heard in the wind. Could this be the mythical entrance to the land of the dead? Ancient fish. A species of fish that was believed to have been extinct millions of years ago. Its vestigial gills and fins that look like hands and feet seem to point to an evolutionary path from the waters to dry land, and then to the skies. Star sand. In southern NASA there was once a desert filled with sand that would sparkle even in the dark of the night, but slowly their sparkle faded. But legend has it that someone saved some sand in a giant bottle and hid it for centuries. Maroon Isle. Long ago, when air pirates betrayed their crew or captain, as punishment they were abandoned on this island with only a week's supply as food. So fearful did pirates become of this island, its legend lives on in the songs of air pirates even today. Common Rock. Legend has it that Common Rock was once an island in the South Ocean, thousands of years ago. The winds ripped the island apart and slowly eroded it down over the years to the state that it's in today. Perhaps someday, Common Rock will no longer exist. Tatala pole. It is a wooden pole with the faces of people and various animals engraved into its length. The upper and lower portions were lost years ago, so no one knows what its true purpose was. A monument? A grave? Or perhaps a store sign? Wings of gold. A small machine with giant golden wings was recently discovered near the ancient city. Perhaps the people of the ancient world wished to be able to fly like the birds and the fish, so they created this flying machine so they could join them in flight. A giant's hammer. A strange structure found in the northern regions of Ixataka. It was named Giant's Hammer for its unusual shape. But there are many local legends that tell of giants, so perhaps the name is not far from the truth? Tricyclone. A dangerous triplet of cyclones. Sailors have dreaded the legendary tricyclone for centuries. It is said that if you encounter it, all you can do is pray. However, it is also said that in the centre lies the treasures of 1,000 air pirates. Map of Aegis. What once used to be a grand map of the skies, carved into a beautiful stone tablet, is now a weather-worn, crumbling slab of rock. It is said that the map is but a portion of the original, but nobody knows what keeps it afloat. Balloon seed. There was a time when balloon flowers could be seen throughout the lands, but now they only exist in history books. But where there are seeds, there must be flowers. Perhaps the history books are not quite so accurate. Ice lens. A giant lens made purely of ice. It is supposedly impervious to heat. Legend has it that people of the ancient world used the lens to burn ships out of the sky, or to see faraway lands. But then, why was the focal point last centered on Glacier itself? Now, where are we? Okay. Paper airship. Nobody knows how this piece of paper survived the trials of ages. Perhaps it's a mystery that will never be solved. Some say that inscribed upon the paper is a map to a fabled land, but nobody knows the truth. Mirage Island. Lately, sailors have been reporting sightings of Sailor's Island, floating around mid-ocean. They tried to get close to the island, but to no avail. Theory has it that light reflected off Sailor's Island is creating a mirage of sorts. Ryugu Turtle. Once upon a time, an old man rescued a turtle who was being picked on by the neighborhood children. Thanking the old man, The turtle offered to give the old man a ride on his back. So into the sky they flew to a faraway land. A Yafutoman legend. Sky Ladder. A Valuan legend states that before the age of airships and air balloons, the people of the ancient world, over many years, built a ladder from which they could see the entire world. What would the people of that era think of Valua's own armada? Ryugu Island. And so the turtle brought the old man to an island of great beauty, where the beautiful Princess Oto awaited. They laughed and ate and danced for days. When the turtle finally brought the old man home, 300 years had passed. Tomb of Ice. Just give me a second. Okay, this is the last one here. Tomb of Ice. A coffin of ice, built by a father who could not bear his sorrow. The girl encased within the ice bears an expression almost resembling a smile. Etched into a tablet sealed within are the words, "My daughter, may your beauty be eternal." Stone Lovers. It is said that the tomb of a great Yafutoman king is hidden somewhere near the statue. The people of Yafutoman believe that this statue was carved after his death, to show the love that his people had for him and the love that he had for his wife. Ah. Deep Iron Star. A metallic relic of the ancient world. Legend has it that the ancients once harnessed the power of the blue moon to be able to detect sound waves to let them know when their enemies were approaching. Perhaps this machine once served such a purpose? Skytrain. While a railcar of a similar nature currently exists in Valua, this flying train is believed to have once carried passengers between the lands of the red, green and purple moons. Although no more passengers board, the Skytrain carries on. Flying Flail. An ancient history book shows records of contests of strength, in which athletes would spin balls of steel at great speeds, and launch them into the air to see whose ball travelled the farthest. Could this ball be from such a contest? Maybe, or Grendel could have threw it. Rolling Stone. In the Dark Rift, there is a boulder that defies the power of the storm within which it lives. Scientists have tried to study the rock to figure out how it floats, but it moves with such speed that any ship that gets too close is pulled into the depths. Deep Snow. In the sky, deep beneath the lands of ice, a white substance rises up from beneath the clouds, like some sort of secret fountain. It only ever appears in one specific place, making it even more difficult to understand. Long line. It is said that long line fishing was developed by ancient Yafutomans as a way to effectively catch fish that don't travel in big schools. It is believed that this was one of the first long lines ever created. Moon Hammerchow. Thanks to the air pirate Vice and his friend Doc, the mysteries of the Moon Hammerchow have been solved. Once fed a moonfish, the Moon Hammerchow will undergo a metamorphosis and will eventually return home to its nest. This discovery will go down in history. And that's all of them. Awesome. So what I'm going to do next time, well, now that we've done all those, we've got to defeat Piasto still, and we also have some more badges to take care of. But just where should we start first? Just where should we start first anyway? Should we do the bounties first, or should we go for Piasto first? Find out next time on Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Legends. If you enjoyed these videos by me, please don't forget to like, comment and favourite. Maybe even a subscription would be nice. And you can also now support me on Patreon. The link to that will be down in the description below as always, but it's entirely up to you if you decide to support me. And so with all of that said, I will see you guys in the next episode. So until then, this is Semo, over and out.